Did you know that small talk can boost your happiness? Research shows that brief social interactions can make you feel more connected and less lonely. In fact, a study from the University of British Columbia found that chatting with strangers can increase your sense of belonging by 22%. Small talk isn't just filler. It's a powerful tool that can open doors, build relationships, and even improve your mental health. But mastering it can feel tricky. How do you start a conversation with someone new? How do you keep it going without awkward silences? In this video, we're diving deep into the psychology of small talk. You'll learn proven techniques to break the ice, read body language, and build instant rapport. We'll uncover secrets like how storytelling can make your chats memorable and how humor can lighten the mood. Get ready to transform your small talk skills. Whether you're at a party, networking event, or just meeting someone new, these tips will make you a conversational pro. Stay tuned to unlock the art of small talk. 1. The science behind small talk. Unveiling the psychology. Small talk isn't just idle chatter. It's a vital social tool. Research shows that casual conversations can boost our sense of belonging and happiness. According to a study from the University of Chicago, engaging in small talk with strangers can increase well-being. It's fascinating how our brains are wired for social interaction. Did you know that small talk activates the same brain areas as deep conversations? Understanding this can change how we approach these interactions. Small talk sets the stage for deeper connections. It's like the appetizer before the main course. In her book, The Fine Art of Small Talk, Deborah Fine emphasizes that good small talk is the foundation of strong relationships. Knowing this can help us see its true value. 2. Breaking the ice. Overcoming initial awkwardness. Starting a conversation can be nerve-wracking, but it doesn't have to be. One effective strategy is to comment on your shared environment. For instance, at a conference, you might say, "The keynote speaker was amazing, don't you think?" This technique eases both parties into the conversation. Another tip is to smile genuinely. A study in the journal Psychological Science found that smiling can make you appear more approachable and friendly. Practice makes perfect. Try starting small conversations with people you encounter daily, like the barista or a colleague in the elevator. Over time, these little interactions can build your confidence. Remember, everyone feels a bit awkward at first. Embrace it and push through. 3. Reading body language. Decoding non-verbal cues. Non-verbal communication speaks volumes. Did you know that 55% of communication is body language, according to psychologist Albert Mehrabian? To master small talk, pay attention to gestures, posture, and facial expressions. If someone is leaning in, maintaining eye contact, and nodding, they are engaged. But if they are crossing their arms or looking away, they might be uncomfortable. Mirror their body language to build rapport. This technique, called mirroring, can create a sense of connection and trust. In his book, What Every Body is Saying, Joe Navarro explains how mirroring can make conversations smoother and more engaging. Start practicing by subtly mimicking the other person's gestures or tone. 4. Empathy and connection. Building instant rapport. Empathy is your secret weapon in small talk. It's about understanding and sharing the feelings of others. When you show genuine interest in what someone is saying, it can create an instant bond. A study published in the Journal of Social Psychology found that empathetic listeners are perceived as more likable and trustworthy. To build empathy, focus on active listening. This means really hearing what the other person is saying, not just waiting for your turn to speak. Nod. Make small verbal acknowledgments like, "I see," or "That's interesting," and ask follow-up questions. These actions show that you care about their perspective. Use their name during the conversation. Dale Carnegie, in his classic book How to Win Friends and Influence People, highlights the importance of using names to create a personal connection. It makes the interaction feel more intimate and genuine. 5. Mindful listening. The power of active engagement. Listening is more than just hearing words. It's about being present in the moment. According to Harvard Business Review, active listening can boost conversation success. When you truly listen, you make the other person feel valued. To practice mindful listening, focus on the speaker and avoid distractions. Put away your phone and maintain eye contact. These simple actions show that you care about what they are saying. Respond thoughtfully. Instead of thinking about your next point, reflect on what they've said. Paraphrase their comments to show understanding. For example, you might say, "So, you're saying that." This technique shows you're engaged and interested. Also, ask open-ended questions to encourage them to share more. Questions like, How did that make you feel? Or, what happened next? Keep the conversation flowing. 6. The art of questioning. Crafting open-ended questions. Asking the right questions is key to small talk. Open-ended questions, which can't be answered with a simple yes or no, keep the dialogue dynamic. For example, instead of asking, "Did you like the event?" you might ask, "What was your favorite part of the event?" This invites a more detailed response. Be curious and genuine in your questioning. People can tell when you're truly interested. In the charisma myth, Olivia Fox-Cabane emphasizes the importance of curiosity in making connections. She suggests that curiosity-driven questions make conversations more engaging. Avoid overly personal or controversial topics. Stick to safe subjects like hobbies, travel, or current events. These topics are broad enough to engage most people without making them uncomfortable. 7. Storytelling magic. Sharing personal anecdotes. Everyone loves a good story. Sharing personal anecdotes can make your conversations memorable. Stories create emotional connections and make information easier to remember. According to a study by Princeton University, storytelling activates multiple parts of the brain, enhancing engagement and recall. Keep your stories short and relevant. Aim for anecdotes that are interesting and relate to the current conversation. For example, if discussing travel, share a funny or enlightening experience from one of your trips. In Made to Stick, Chip and Dan Heath highlight the power of stories in making ideas stick. They suggest using the 6A principles: simple, unexpected, concrete, credible, emotional, and stories. Balance storytelling with listening. Don't dominate the conversation with your stories. Share, then invite the other person to share theirs. This back and forth builds a mutual connection. 8. Humor and wit. Lightening the mood. Humor can be a great icebreaker. It can ease tension and make conversations enjoyable. According to a study in psychological science, humor can enhance social bonding. A well-timed joke or a light-hearted comment can transform the atmosphere. Use humor that is appropriate and inclusive. Avoid jokes that could be offensive or misunderstood. Instead, go for light, situational humor. For instance, if you're at a networking event, a humorous observation about the venue can be a great conversation starter. Don't force it. If humor isn't your strong suit, don't worry. A genuine smile and a warm demeanor can be just as effective. Remember, the goal is to make the other person feel comfortable and engaged. 9. Navigating awkward silences. Turning pauses into opportunities. Awkward silences can make anyone uncomfortable, but they don't have to be a dead end. Sometimes, a pause is just a natural part of the conversation. Instead of panicking, use it as an opportunity to steer the conversation in a new direction. One strategy is to bring up a new topic. For example, you can say, "Speaking of that, have you ever tried?" This can smoothly transition the conversation. Another technique is to comment on the silence itself in a light-hearted way. You might say, "Looks like we're both deep thinkers." This can diffuse the tension and even lead to laughter. Research in the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior shows that acknowledging the silence can make it less awkward. If you feel a silence coming, be ready with a few interesting topics or questions. These can act as conversation lifelines. The key is to stay calm and collected. Remember, everyone experiences awkward silences. 10. Personal branding in small talk. Leaving a lasting impression. Your personal brand is what people remember about you. Even in small talk, you can subtly showcase your personality and strengths. One way to do this is through storytelling, as mentioned earlier. Share experiences that highlight your skills or values. Another strategy is to weave in your passions. If you love hiking, mention a recent adventure. This not only makes the conversation interesting but also leaves a lasting impression. In Crush It!, Gary Vaynerchuk talks about the importance of showing your passion in every interaction. It makes you memorable and relatable. Also, be mindful of your body language and tone. They should reflect confidence and openness. According to a study in Personality and Social Psychology Bulletin, confident body language can significantly impact how others perceive you. Stand tall, maintain eye contact, and speak clearly. 11. Cultural sensitivity. Adapting to diverse contexts. In our globalized world, you'll likely engage in small talk with people from different cultures. Being culturally sensitive is crucial. One effective strategy is to do a bit of homework. Learn basic cultural norms and etiquette. For instance, in some cultures, direct eye contact is considered rude, while in others, it's a sign of respect. Ask open-ended questions about their culture. This shows respect and interest. For example, what's a common greeting in your country? This not only keeps the conversation going but also enriches your understanding. Avoid making assumptions. Just because someone is from a certain country doesn't mean they fit all the stereotypes. Approach each conversation with an open mind. In the culture map, Aaron Meyer emphasizes the importance of understanding and adapting to different cultural contexts in communication. 12. Continuous improvement, practicing and reflecting. Like any skill, mastering small talk requires practice. Make a habit of engaging in small talk whenever you get the chance. Whether it's with a neighbor or a colleague, these interactions add up. Reflect on your conversations. What went well? What could be improved? Seek feedback from friends or mentors. They can offer valuable insights and tips. According to a study in the Journal of Applied Psychology, feedback is crucial for skill improvement. Also, don't be afraid to step out of your comfort zone. Try talking to different kinds of people in various settings. This builds your versatility. Keep learning. Read books and articles on communication. Watch videos and observe how skilled conversationalists engage. In Talk Like TED, Carmen Gallo highlights the power of continual learning and practice in becoming a great communicator.